Looks like something funky's happening with the lights, so I'm going to go up to the light booth here and see if I can fix what's going on. The presets this afternoon worked. They're currently not. I'll be right back.
Start on stage. Right there. Yeah, but that means I have to go all the way back out there. What's this? That's totally not Bring your sunglasses.
Much better. Well, thank you for coming tonight to the RPHS Fall Band Concert. I'm Mr. Wilson, for those of you who don't know me. This is our jazz ensemble. We've got 3 selections that we're going to play for you this evening. But first, if you have been following us for any length of time, you'll know that I made a bold announcement last spring at our final concert of the year. I told you all that this would be my last concert here at Putnam High School wearing that tuxedo shirt. And you'll be happy to know that as of Saturday morning, I have a new tuxedo shirt. I've retired the old ones, and so that I know they were really old, so it was really time to do it. So we're excited for what we have in store for you this evening. Our first one is called Good Times, and it features 4 soloists. I believe we've got George on the piano. That's right. We have this one with Mason on the trumpet. We have Taylor on the vibes, and then we're going to finish up with Lewis on the trombone. So this is Good Times. adventure. You know, we had an amazing year last year, and we had an awesome senior class, and it's always tough to see them go. This was a particularly strong one. And so at the beginning of the year, we just, it took us a little bit of time to kind of figure out, what our identity was going to be without those folks that we had with us last year. And so the first few weeks were just kind of feeling things out and side reading. And over the last week and a half, all three classes really, we've really just started to gel together and really started to kind of form our identity. And I'm really proud of the growth that they've had over the last few weeks. So having a lot of fun working with them. This next one is going to be our slow piece. It's a jazz standard called Misty. It's going to feature a couple solos with Grace on alto saxophone and Jude back there on trumpet. So here's Misty. So I wanted to just highlight that we have a lot of new members of the group this year. Just real quick over here, if you are new to the RPHS Jazz Band this year, could you just raise your hand up real high? Yeah, so we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 new members this year. So those are folks that either have not played jazz before, or it's been a really long time in a couple of their cases. So I'm just thrilled to have a new group of kids to work with like this, and they've learned so much in a short amount of time. We have a couple of different roles here this time. Francis has been in jazz band, but was our bassist last year, and is still going to play some bass here, I'm sure, from time to time, but has added the trombone to his repertoire, because of course, that's what Francis does. What are you going to play next? I think it's bassoon. I think that's what we decided. Or piccolo, one of the two. Piccolo is the next one. And we also have two new drummers with Julia, who's been around our program for a good long time, is taking a step into jazz, and also Isaac hiding back there. Isaac, are you back there hiding? Yeah, he's back there hiding. So Isaac's new to us, and so we're just thrilled to have him here. So we've got one more tune that we're going to play for you. It's called Make Swing Your Thing. It's a nice blues progression, and let me see, who's the soloists on this one? I think we're starting with Peyton, am I right? No, I'm not right. We're starting with Francis on the trombone, then we're going to Peyton, correct? And then Jude's gonna finish things off solo-wise, right? So this is Make Swing Your Thing. All right, we're going to take just about 3.5 minutes to get a couple things moved out of the way and a couple more chairs set up before we get the symphonic up here. So talk amongst yourselves. We'll be back in a few moments. last year. And on paper, that would make a director nervous to have a group that's a little bit smaller, but actually this is working out just fine. And you're going to hear in a second that all of these musicians here are thriving on this music. Now, this is a group that's usually for 9th through 10th graders usually before. It's just kind of that stepping stone before you get into wind ensemble. You work into the symphonic band for a year or so. But also, I always welcome some of our wind ensemble folks to, if they have extra space in their schedule and they want to come be a part of this class, then we would love to have you. So we do have a few of those folks that are joining us. So for example, Jaden is a percussionist in the wind ensemble, and he's taken up a new instrument, the baritone saxophone. So that's completely different than percussion. So he's learning a brand new instrument that he's never played before. So we should clap for that right away. I've had Jade in class since he was a 6th grader, and I knew he had music in him, so I knew it was going to be easy just to throw an instrument at him. He was just going to learn it. So we're thrilled you're here. Francis is joining us. He plays French horn in the wind ensemble, but also a little bit of trombone this year, both in jazz band and this class. So he's also really learning a new instrument. So thanks, Francis, for doing that for us. Grace over here, she's in all 3 bands this year, just like Francis is, and she's playing flute in this group. She's never played flute before this year. Am I right on that? I'm not. Oh, I am right. Okay. So I am correct. She's never played flute before this year, although she has been playing saxophone and, clarinet most recently, and then saxophone. She's added it back into her life and now doing all 3 instruments, flute, clarinet, and saxophone. So that's a huge thing. Thanks, Grace. And then this guy, he's playing clarinet. He always plays clarinet, but he's actually just stepping in and filling in for a vacancy tonight only. So thank you, Kaden, for doing that for us. All right, so we've got 3 pieces for you this evening for this group. This one's by Robert Sheldon. It's called Looking Up. nice. And they're just all simply playing their parts well and thriving. And when they do that, it just sounds really wonderful together. None of them are having to struggle at all. So it's really fun to hear that. It's a nice cohesive sound. And that's for early in the year like that, that's not very common for our symphonic band. So I'm really proud of the work that they're doing. The next piece that we're going to be playing is called As Twilight Falls. That's going to be our slow piece, also by Robert Shaw. So our final piece of the evening is written by a composer named Randall Standridge. He's been around for a little while, but as of the last, 4 or 5 years, has really become a prolific composer. Former band teacher from, I think, about 10 or 12 years ago, and decided to stop teaching band. Actually, the stress was getting to him, and he was finding that he was becoming depressed and anxious all the time, and overworking himself. And so he decided that he was going to take care of his mental health, and he quit teaching and decided to go to be full-time composing. And he's written many, many pieces of music now that are being performed all over the country and the world, and is writing some really, really good stuff. He was our OMEA middle school honor band conductor, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, so I got to meet him in person, and that was a nice honor. And this piece that he's doing right now, that we're doing right now, is part of a 5-piece series that he wrote called the Unbroken Project. And it was to bring awareness to mental health issues and depression. And he explains in his scores that he struggles with cyclical depression, and that he has a tough time with that at times. And then let me see what he wrote about this piece. So the original piece was called Unbroken. And this particular piece, oh, I can't find the program notes. I'll know on this one. Sorry about that. Oh, So this piece is, sorry about that. There it is, finally. Blue Sky Horizon was written as on one of my good days when the sun was out and I felt truly happy and at peace. The work uses catchy rhythms and a pops-inspired style to create a feeling of unbridled joy. Not every day will be a great day, but we should make the most of the ones that are. Peace, love, and music. And he always signs everything with peace, love, and music. The Wind Ensemble will be playing one of the other pieces of the Unbroken project later on in the piece. And just so you know, the 5 pieces are Unbroken. That's a grade 5 piece, so that's for very, very advanced high school and early and college level players. Choose Joy is a grade 3, which is around where we're at here. Alone is a grade 2.5. Blue Sky Horizon is a grade 2. And then Fragile, the one the Wind Ensemble is playing, is an easier one at a grade 1.5. So we hope you enjoy what Randall felt on one of his good days, Blue Sky Horizon. All right, thank you. We're going to excuse the symphonic band down that way, and we're going to bring the wind ensemble up this way. We'll be back with you in just a couple moments. Thanks for giving us a little extra time to warm up. Many of these students are either playing a different instrument or haven't played for about an hour, so we needed a little extra time. So talk about identity. So this group was, it took us a few weeks to get some things together. At the beginning of the year, we were sight reading some things, and we were just really, I think, just feeling the absence of some of the people that were here last year. Didn't quite know what to do with that. But they shocked me over the last couple of weeks, just the huge amount of growth. In fact, it was to the point where I was questioning whether I overshot on picking the literature for them. So did I pick something that was too hard, that was inappropriate for them? And we had a nice talk about it as a class. I was just very open and just said, I don't know if I did this, and I made a mistake in what we picked, and we worked through it. And I tell you what, over the course of those next couple of weeks, they really turned it on and showed me that not only did we not overreach, but we're really starting to thrive on this music. So I'm so proud of the work that they're doing, and we have established our identity. And I just can't wait to see what these kids, well, all of them, what they do this year, because this is a very strong first concert, both with what I picked and just how well they're playing it. So I'm really thrilled with that. So we've got 3 pieces that we're going to play, but this first piece has 3 movements to it, so we'll hold our applause to the end. It's called Echoes of the Hollow Square. And I admitted to them the other day that it was one of those pieces that when I picked, I wasn't in love with it at all. I picked it because it had some good teaching things in it, and I thought it would be good for them. But over the course of us working on it together, I really started to enjoy it, and I found out that they really enjoy it as well. So it's a wonderful piece of music, so we hope you enjoy it. So this is Echoes of the Hollow Square. So you can see right away, we just like came right out with a lot of stuff in that piece of music. You know, on paper, it looks kind of unassuming and like, oh, okay, this is all right. But there is so much in there, both harmonically as well as articulation. And that was one where I was really like thinking, oh my gosh, did we overreach on that one? And so they have just really come together and thrived on it. It was a lot of fun to play that. We had a discussion today during class about some of their favorite moments in any of the pieces in the set, and they were just, you know, telling all the different favorite parts that they had, and it was just fun to hear that there was a lot of them in this one that they really enjoyed. So nice job on that one, that was great. This next one, Fragile, is going to be that other one by Randall Standridge that is part of that Unbroken project. I would really recommend you go look that up and research it and listen to all 5 of the compositions, and then also read more in depth about what he wrote about each one. I think it's definitely worth a look from you, but we've enjoyed putting this together for you, so here's Fragile. Thank you so much. All right, well, we have one more piece of music to play for you tonight. It's very rare that I'm going to program 3 pieces in a concert by one composer, but this is definitely one of those occasions. I think you'll agree that they all are different from one another, so programmatically, they definitely sound different. But the theme of tonight's concert is definitely light and hope, and that was kind of what I was going for. And this last piece of music that we're going to play, Fiat Lux, translates to "Let There Be Light," and so we hope to bring that to you in this piece. Thank you so much for coming tonight to join us. As it says in your program, we're starting a wreath sale here, and so if you'd like to support one of these wonderful band students, please grab a wreath order form on your way out, and then you can just either send it to the school with payment, or you can send it with one of your favorite band kids here, and it would go a long way to helping them raise some funds for this year. So thanks again for coming tonight, and we'll see you at the next one in December.